Hey there, history buffs. Today we're diving into the ancient roots of Jews in Iberia. Ever wondered when Jewish settlers first made their way to the Iberian Peninsula? Well, grab your time machines because we're going way back. The origins of Jewish presence in Spain and Portugal are so ancient that pinpointing an exact date is nearly impossible. We're talking about a time so remote that reliable historical data is scarce. But don't let that stop us. Let's explore some fascinating theories and traditions. So, here's the deal. The Phoenicians were early traders along the Mediterranean, establishing ports and colonies. These seafaring people were closely related to the Carthaginians and, believe it or not, to the Hebrews in language and race. This connection might explain why some traditions suggest Jews were already in the Iberian Peninsula during the days of King Solomon. Now let's talk about Tartessus. Some believe that the Tarshish mentioned in the Bible is the same as the ancient district of Tartessus in southern Spain. Its principal city was Gades, which we now know as Cadiz. Imagine ancient Jewish traders strolling through the bustling markets of Cadiz. Pretty cool, right? But wait, there's more. Another intriguing theory involves Nebuchadnezzar, the Babylonian king who conquered Jerusalem. It's said that he sent Jewish captives to Spain after his conquests. So, could it be that some of the earliest Jewish communities in Iberia were formed by these exiled captives? It's a tantalizing thought. Remember, the Carthaginians, Phoenicians and Jews shared many similarities in race and language, which could have facilitated these early connections. It's like a historical jigsaw puzzle, and every piece gives us a better picture of this ancient world. While we may not have concrete evidence to confirm these theories, they offer a fascinating glimpse into how Jews might have acclimatized to the Iberian Peninsula, viewing it as a new Judea. Over centuries, they became integral parts of the region's cultural and economic fabric, achieving high positions in learning and wealth. So, next time you think about Spain and Portugal, remember the deep, ancient roots that Jewish communities planted there. It's a testament to their resilience and adaptability, shaping the rich tapestry of Iberian history. Thanks for joining me on this journey through time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more historical deep dives. Until next time, keep exploring.
Join me as I set out to uncover Spain's hidden Jewish heritage, exploring the places and stories that have been lost to time. Today, we're going to delve into a fascinating aspect of Spanish history that's often overlooked, the rich and vibrant Jewish heritage that lies just beneath the surface. From the medieval Golden Age to the present day, Spain's Jewish community has played a significant role in shaping the country's culture, architecture, and identity. Moving on, let's talk about the challenges of uncovering and preserving Jewish history in Spain. The historical context of the Inquisition has left a lasting impact on Jewish communities, making it a daunting task to uncover the remnants of their presence. For centuries, the Inquisition sought to erase Jewish culture and identity, forcing many to convert, flee, or hide their heritage. This dark chapter in Spanish history has made it difficult to piece together the puzzle of Jewish life in Spain. The Inquisition's effects are still felt today, with many Jewish artifacts and historical sites either lost or destroyed. Thankfully, however, there are still many brave souls working tirelessly to unearth and preserve Jewish history in Spain. From archaeologists to historians, these dedicated individuals are slowly bringing to light the forgotten stories of Spain's Jewish past. One of the most significant challenges they face is the lack of documentation and records. Many historical texts and artifacts were destroyed during the Inquisition, leaving few clues to follow. Despite these obstacles, researchers are making progress, and their discoveries are shedding new light on Spain's complex and multicultural past. Let's take a journey to some of the locations in Spain where Jewish heritage can be found. Toledo, a city in central Spain, is a treasure trove of Jewish history. Its narrow streets and ancient synagogues whisper stories of a thriving Jewish community that once called this place home. The Synagogue of Santa Maria la Blanca, with its intricate Moorish architecture, is a testament to the cultural exchange and harmony that existed between Jews, Muslims, and Christians during the medieval period. Seville is another city with a rich Jewish heritage. The charming barrio of Santa Cruz, with its flower-filled patios and winding alleys, was once the heart of the Jewish quarter. Here, you can still find remnants of the old synagogue and the ancient Jewish cemetery, now transformed into a beautiful park. The stories of the Sephardic Jews who lived in Seville, their struggles and triumphs, are still palpable in the air. In these cities, you can feel the pulse of Jewish Spain, even if it's just a faint echo of the past. The artifacts, the architecture, the food, the music, all these elements combine to create a rich cultural tapestry that's uniquely Spanish and uniquely Jewish. One of the most remarkable stories I've come across is that of a small town in northern Spain called Avila. Here, a group of committed locals, led by a passionate historian, have dedicated themselves to restoring the ancient synagogue and reviving the town's Jewish heritage. Their efforts have brought the community together, fostering a sense of pride and ownership of their Jewish roots. It's stories like these that remind us of the power of heritage to unite and inspire. In the end, it's up to us to recognize and preserve Spain's Jewish heritage, not just as a testament to the past, but as a vital part of the country's cultural identity today. By embracing and celebrating this rich tapestry of stories and traditions, we can create a more inclusive and compassionate society. Thanks for joining me on this journey through Spain's hidden Jewish heritage. If you have any thoughts or experiences you'd like to share, please leave them in the comments below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more videos on historical explorations and cultural discoveries.
Early Jewish life in Iberia, from Roman rule to the Visigothic era. The Jewish presence in the Iberian Peninsula predates the fall of the Roman Empire. Jews had established communities and a vibrant cultural life under Roman rule. However, their existence was not without challenges. Roman authorities imposed restrictions on Jewish religious practices. The Council of Elvira, convened around 300 CE, exemplified this reality. The fall of the Roman Empire in the 5th century CE marked a turning point. The Iberian Peninsula was swept into a new era with the arrival of the Goths and Vandals. Initially, under the rule of Arian Christian Visigothic kings, a degree of religious tolerance prevailed. This theological difference fostered a climate of relative peace for Jewish communities. However, this era of peaceful coexistence was not to last. The conversion of Ricaurd to Catholicism had profound implications for the relationship between the Visigothic monarchy and the Jewish population. Catholicism, now the official religion of the Visigothic kingdom, brought with it a different set of doctrines and attitudes toward other faiths. Jewish communities, once relatively autonomous under Arian rule, faced increasing pressure to conform to Catholic orthodoxy. This pressure manifested in the form of discriminatory laws and social restrictions. King Sigebert, who ascended to the Visigothic throne in 612 CE, enacted particularly harsh measures against the Jewish community. His edict of 612 CE stands as a stark symbol of this period of persecution. This edict demanded the forced conversion of all Jews within the Visigothic kingdom. Those who refused to renounce their faith faced severe penalties, including exile and confiscation of property. Many Jews, facing the threat of forced conversion or expulsion, chose to outwardly adopt Christianity while secretly adhering to their ancestral faith. The Visigothic period witnessed the emergence of various Jewish responses to increasing persecution. Faced with the stark choice between conversion or exile, many Jews opted for a complex path outward conformity to Christianity while secretly maintaining their Jewish identity. This phenomenon, known as Crypto-Judaism, became a significant aspect of Jewish life under Visigothic rule. Crypto-Jews participated in Christian rituals and observed Christian holidays as a facade. However, in secret they continued to practice Jewish customs, transmit Jewish knowledge, and maintain a connection to their heritage. This clandestine preservation of faith was fraught with danger. Discovery by the authorities could lead to accusations of heresy and severe punishment. While some Jews sought refuge in secrecy, others made the difficult decision to leave the Iberian Peninsula altogether. North Africa, with its established Jewish communities and a greater degree of religious tolerance, became a primary destination for Jewish emigrants. Section 4. The Iberian Peninsula in Flux, the Rise of Islam, and the Shifting Balance of Power. The 8th century CE witnessed a seismic shift in the political and religious landscape of the Iberian Peninsula. The arrival of Muslim armies from North Africa in 711 CE marked the beginning of a new era. Under the leadership of Tariq ibn Ziyad, Muslim forces swiftly conquered vast swaths of the peninsula. The Visigothic kingdom, weakened by internal strife and facing a formidable enemy, crumbled rapidly. Islamic rule, in contrast to the preceding Christian regime, brought with it a greater degree of religious tolerance. Jews, along with Christians, were classified as dhimmis, protected peoples under Islamic law. They were granted the right to practice their religion, maintain their synagogues, and govern their internal affairs. This period of relative tolerance fostered a golden age for Jewish culture in Al-Andalus, as Muslim-ruled Iberia came to be known. Section 5. A legacy forged in exile. The Sephardic diaspora and its enduring cultural impact. Despite periods of relative peace and prosperity under Muslim rule, the history of Jews in the Iberian Peninsula took another dramatic turn in the 15th century. The Reconquista, the centuries-long Christian reconquest of Iberia, reached its climax with the fall of the last Muslim stronghold in Granada in 1492. This event marked a turning point for the Jewish communities of Spain. In that same year, King Ferdinand II of Aragon and Queen Isabella I of Castile issued the Alhambra Decree. This edict ordered the expulsion of all Jews from their realms. Tens of thousands of Jews were forced to leave their homes, their communities, and their ancestral land. The expulsion of 1492 scattered Sephardic Jews, as they came to be known, across the globe. Many sought refuge in the Ottoman Empire, where they were welcomed by Sultan Bayezid II. Others found new homes in North Africa, Italy, the Netherlands, and the Americas. Wherever they settled, these exiles carried with them their language, their traditions, and a profound sense of cultural identity.
Join me as I dig into the history books and try to uncover what really happened to Iberian Jews after the fall of the Roman Empire. The history of Iberian Jews is a fascinating yet tumultuous one, spanning centuries and shaped by the ebbs and flows of empires rising and falling. As the Roman Empire's grip on the Iberian Peninsula began to loosen, the Jewish community found themselves facing a new era of uncertainty. The fall of the Roman Empire marked the beginning of a dark period for Iberian Jews. Without the relative stability and tolerance of the Roman Empire, Iberian Jews were left vulnerable to persecution and displacement. Many were forced to flee their homes, seeking refuge in neighboring lands. The once thriving Jewish communities were torn apart, leaving behind a trail of destruction and despair. The Visigoths, a Germanic tribe, capitalized on the power vacuum left by the Romans and established their own kingdom in the Iberian Peninsula. While initially, the Visigoths were more tolerant of the Jewish population, their stance soon shifted towards one of outright hostility. The Visigothic Code, which prohibited Jews from holding public office, owning Christian slaves, or even practicing their faith openly, further exacerbated the already precarious position of Iberian Jews. The relentless persecution and harassment took a devastating toll on the Jewish community. Many were forced to convert to Christianity, while others fled to distant lands, leaving behind everything they knew and loved. The few who remained were relegated to the fringes of society, struggling to maintain their cultural and religious identity. As the centuries passed, the Visigothic kingdom gave way to Islamic rule, which introduced a new level of complexity to the lives of Iberian Jews. Under Islamic rule, Jews were afforded a degree of tolerance, and many even flourished, contributing significantly to the cultural and intellectual development of the region. However, this period of relative calm was short-lived, and soon the pendulum swung back towards persecution and violence. The establishment of significant Jewish communities under Islamic rule marked a pivotal moment in Iberian Jewish history. Cities like Toledo and Granada flourished, becoming hubs of Jewish learning and culture. The era saw the emergence of prominent Jewish scholars, poets, and philosophers, who made lasting contributions to the development of Jewish thought and identity. The onset of the Inquisition, however, marked the beginning of a dark chapter in Iberian Jewish history. The Spanish Inquisition, established in 1478, was designed to root out converts from Judaism, deemed conversos, who were suspected of secretly practicing their original faith. The brutal tactics employed by the inquisitors led to countless arrests, torture, and executions, forcing many to flee or convert once again. Under the intense pressure of the Inquisition, the once thriving Jewish communities of Iberia were decimated. The Edict of Expulsion, issued in 1492, marked the culmination of this campaign of terror, forcing all remaining Jews to leave the Iberian Peninsula or face conversion to Christianity. In summary, the fate of Iberian Jews after the fall of the Roman Empire was marked by periods of persecution, displacement, and cultural flourishing. Despite the challenges, Iberian Jews managed to maintain their cultural and religious identity, leaving behind a lasting legacy that continues to shape the world we live in today. What are your thoughts on the history of Iberian Jews? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're interested in learning more about Jewish history in medieval Europe, be sure to check out my next video.